Have you ever noticed this? Some people may not stay in your life because they truly love you. They may stay because you always say, okay. Today I want to talk about why you may feel like you are always being put last and how you can begin to change that. Because most of the time, you don't say no. Even when you feel uncomfortable, you stay silent. Even when you are tired, you still go. Even when you don't want to, you agree. Even when you are hurt, you say, it's okay. And then one day, you look around. Everyone's needs have been met. Everyone's problem has been solved. Everyone has gotten what they wanted, but you are still left at the end of the line. And maybe the most painful part is this. People may not always be intentionally putting you second, but you keep adjusting yourself to fit into their plans. And then you start asking yourself, why am I always like this? Why can't I say no? Why am I always the understanding one, the patient one, the one who lets things slide? If these sentences feel familiar, the issue may not only be about struggling to set boundaries, it may be that you have connected your worth to other people's approval and satisfaction. Maybe the sentence you repeat to yourself the most is, why am I always being put last? Most of the time, this is not only about other people being selfish. The real issue may also be that your own boundaries are not clear enough. Because everyone may have selfish, demanding, or inconsiderate people around them, but the real question is, why do you keep them permanently in your life? Or why is it so hard for you to set a boundary with them? And I don't want you to blame yourself here, because this is not just a personality trait. It may be the way your mind learned to protect you. So what are these false beliefs? If I say no, they won't love me. If I say no, they will be hurt. If I say no, I will be a bad person. If I say no, they will leave me. If I say no, my value will decrease. So the real problem is not just being unable to say no. The deeper issue is attaching your worth to how other people react to you, not being able to say no as a result. You need to understand the reason behind it, so these false beliefs don't keep showing up in different forms throughout your life. If you feel good only when someone is pleased with you, if you immediately feel guilty when someone is upset with you, if someone pulls away and you instantly think, I must have done something wrong. Your mind may have learned this. To be loved, I must adapt. To be accepted, I must sacrifice. To be a good person, I must give up on myself. But here's the truth. You cannot build a healthy relationship by constantly abandoning yourself. Because if only the other person's needs exist in a relationship, that may not be connection, that may be imbalance. If you stay silent every time, people may not know where you feel uncomfortable. If you say okay to everything, people may never understand what your no looks like. When you don't show your boundary, other people have to guess where it is. And most people don't guess. Consciously or unconsciously, they may not even notice your limit. And when this happens, they are also prevented from truly knowing the real you. Because people often respect your boundaries only as much as you allow them to see those boundaries. This sentence may sound a little harsh, but it is very important. Where you don't set a boundary, other people's behavior starts defining your space. How tired you will become, what you will tolerate, when you will stay silent, how much you will sacrifice. These things stop being decided by you. They start being decided by other people's expectations. And over time, this can weaken the value you give to yourself because deep down you may start to feel, my needs don't matter. My boundaries don't matter. I am only valuable when I am useful to others. But healthy boundaries are not a lack of love. Setting a boundary is not being rude. It is not being selfish. It is not punishing people. Some people may see it that way, but that is their perception, not your fault. You cannot always change how people perceive you, but you can create healthier boundaries for yourself. Setting a boundary means allowing yourself to exist inside the relationship too. It means being able to say, I matter too. So how can you say this? I don't have the energy for this today. I need some time to think about it. I don't want to do this. Is there another option? I need to rest right now. I can't say yes to this. Maybe another time. These sentences are not there to destroy a relationship. They are there to make the relationship healthier. Because where there are no boundaries, resentment slowly builds. At first you say, it's okay, but you feel hurt. Then the same thing happens again. And again, you stay silent. After a while, you either explode or you completely withdraw. That is why boundaries are not what destroy relationships. On the contrary, boundaries are the foundation of healthy relationships. But you also need to remember this. Not everyone will respond maturely when you set a boundary. Some people are not reacting to your boundary. They are reacting to the fact that you are no longer available without limits. And that does not mean you did something wrong. It only means the balance of the relationship is changing. If someone stays only when you constantly adapt to them, Are you truly being seen in that relationship, or is it only your function that is being loved? That is why this question is so important. Am I saying yes because I genuinely want to, or am I saying yes because I want to be loved? Because there is a big difference between the two. A yes given with love does not drain you, but a yes given out of fear slowly empties you from the inside. If you feel like you are always being put last in your life, maybe the first place to look is here. How clearly do I know my own boundaries? What do I actually want to say yes to? What do I want to say no to? Which behavior does not feel good to me? In which relationship am I giving up too much of myself? Which sentence am I afraid to say out loud? Because without knowing your own boundaries, it is very hard to expect others to respect them. Self-worth does not grow only by saying, I love myself. Recognizing your worth shows up through your actions, noticing your own needs, taking your discomfort seriously, knowing that saying no does not make you a bad person, and not making other people's satisfaction the measure of your value. If this topic touched something in you, I recommend doing the free exercise in the description. Take a blank piece of paper, open the guide on your phone, and start applying it right away. In this guide, I explain the 5 main reasons that shape your self-worth, because struggling with boundaries is often not just about being unable to say no. There may be much deeper reasons behind it. Reasons you may not even be aware of yet. Especially the sections on comparison and the need for approval and inner voice and beliefs can help you understand why you may put other people's satisfaction before your own needs. The link to the free guide is in the description. Remember, saying no does not make you a bad person. Sometimes saying no is the first place where you truly begin to value yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to become a better version of yourself.